Dear all, I'm delighted to announce that on February 9th, I'm going to meet the team behind the Korean Ethereum called Icon Foundation in Seoul, South Korea. At the end of this video, I will explain why I think Icon blockchain and decentralized application platform is the best decentralized application platform, similar to Ethereum, to implement the Reputation project. I'm going to compare it with the standard Ethereum, the Chinese Ethereum Neo, and the Japanese Ethereum called Cardano. Among all these different Ethereums, decentralized application platforms, I think Icon is the best option, and it's very good to meet the team behind it in Seoul on February 9th, because it would be one of the first projects to be implemented on Icon, and then give higher visibility even to Reputation project and the Reputation token associated with the project. So, subscribe to the YouTube channel to be informed of the next steps of Reputation, and I will inform you of the outcomes of this meeting in South Korea on February 9th with the Icon team. I'm very excited to meet them. There I will also present the Reputation project globally to a number of crypto investors. So it's a very good start for the Reputation project and its associated token. Thanks a lot. Subscribe to the channel to be informed of the next updates, and looking forward to talk to you again. Bye-bye.
Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, now I present the comparison of a number of challengers to Ethereum. So it's kind of a Ethereum's comparison. So Ethereum has been the first decentralized application platform aiming at allowing other applications to be developed on top of it. Of course, the simplest decentralized application concerns initial coin offerings smart contracts, where new tokens are created and distributed according to a number of rules. So the main backers of Ethereum are worldwide now. It's the most well-known Ethereum, decentralized application platform. The foundation is in Switzerland, because in Switzerland, like the non-profit foundation, theoretically, have more advantages to be based in Switzerland than in other countries. A challenger of Ethereum that appeared a few years ago, firstly called Anshares, is now called Neo, using the Matrix movies environment. Mainly, it appeared in China and is still mainly backed by China. Now, there are a few open source developers outside of China, especially the City of Zion open source community of developers, but still, it's kind of a centralized, or mainly focused in China. After that, Icon had its initial coin offering in September 2017, so it appeared in South Korea, and the foundation also is based in Switzerland for the same reasons as Ethereum, because non-profit foundations have more advantages in Switzerland than in other countries in the world. A few years ago, another challenger of Ethereum appeared mainly or was mainly backed in Japan, because the ICO was done in Japan, and has also its foundation in Switzerland. So now, if we look at other features, from a code point of view, the problem of Ethereum is that they use a new Solidity programming language. In addition to be new, it's also difficult to code and prone to security errors. That's the reason that for a few ICOs, security bugs were left in the deployed code, and it created opportunities for hackers to steal some money. Now it's better because it's more proven, but still the programming language is not very easy from a coding point of view. The advantage of Neo is that it uses standard developing programming language such as C# or Java. Then it's easier to write code for Neo. Icon has a well-known also programming language, Python. Although it's not the most well-known programming language, it's kind of a standard one as well. Cardano is based on a programming language that exists for a few years called Haskell, but it's not a common programming language. So let's say that the most difficult is Ethereum, then after we have Cardano, then Icon, and then the easiest one is Neo. Regarding the transaction speed, so Ethereum has many improvements coming. It's already better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin has some new protocols that are supposed to make it faster. For example, the Lightning Network. Although it's a different style of transactions than the standard Bitcoin transactions. You will see that in my decentralized application, I provide another approach to instant Bitcoin transactions that works also offline and with the options to be anonymous if needed, which is not the case for Lightning Networks. And Lightning Networks requires also to have bidirectional channels created. The reputation solution doesn't need bidirectional channels. And Lightning Networks may also be prone to attacks, and that's the reason that they require watcher nodes, and reputation solution doesn't require watcher nodes. Anyway, we'll discuss this later. Regarding Neo, we know already that it's better from a transaction speed point of view than Ethereum, as well as Icon, and as well as Cardano, although it's more theoretical because Cardano has not all its modules ready already for use in production environments. From a decentralized point of view, of course, Ethereum is very good because it has a worldwide community of developers and applications and resources. The problem with Neo is that it's strongly linked to China, although, as I said, there are now ICOs external to China and community of developers like City of Zion external to China. But still, a few people suspect that it's kind of still quite strongly linked to China and not so actually decentralized because there are not so many major nodes, as they call it in their blockchain. Major nodes outside of China are not so many anyway. Icon has good decentralization and good decentralization also for Cardano. It's more theoretical because at the moment, of course, they are not so well known, and besides the core nodes of the core team, for Icon in Korea, there are not so many other nodes outside. But it's still open, it seems to be more transparent than Neo. From a consensus point of view, meaning that you need to agree among all the nodes in the world that, for example, you spent two bitcoins, for example, for buying this product, and you cannot reuse these 2 bitcoins for other means. Then they use at the moment in Ethereum, the proof of work, which requires a lot of energy, but is still kind of proven from an attack resistance point of view. And it's going towards proof of stake, meaning that they don't need anymore to mine, but you could stake a number of your coins, blockchain coins, in order to reach consensus. We'll discuss this maybe in other videos as well. NEO has a type of consensus called delegated Byzantine fault tolerance, which is not proof of work, so it doesn't require much energy, and it's also then faster. Icon has also its own consensus fault tolerance called the loop chain fault tolerance. Well, as it is a proprietary fault tolerance mechanism, then still it's not kind of say proven formally or by peers. The good thing of Cardano is that they have a proof of stake, which is already peer-reviewed by a number of academics. The final features that we are going to discuss for all these Ethereums is, first of all, the coding team size, meaning that Ethereum, as I said, has lots of developers worldwide. NEO now has a medium-sized team of coding. Firstly, it was mainly Chinese coders. Now it's a bit more, there are a bit more coders, including the City of Zion developers. Icon, if you don't take into account the Loopchain developers, Loopchain is a private company behind Icon, supporting Icon. So Loopchain developers are quite a good number, like hundreds, let's say, but they are all from the same company and mainly based in Korea. So let's say that Icon at the moment has a small size of developers outside of Loopchain. Cardano has a good number actually of researchers, developers, so we could say that it's a medium team size of developers worldwide. Regarding the possibility to do a token generation event or initial coin offering on top of these different decentralized application platforms, of course, Ethereum, it's a proven platform. There are many and many more ICOs built on top of Ethereum. NEO is going to prove, has already proven that many ICOs can be launched on its platform, because recently a number between 5 to 10 good ICOs have been launched successfully on NEO. The first ICOs and TGEs are going to be deployed on Altcoin in mid-2018. And for Cardano, it's still quite early. There are not enough concrete or complete building blocks for ICOs and TGEs to be done on Cardano as of yet. The marketing point of view is also interesting to try to estimate the growth potential of the different Ethereums and how they can take market share out of Ethereum. So Ethereum is a reference, of course. It's a de facto standard for marketing. So NEO has done a very good marketing and maybe sometimes too much marketing, because then people start to think it's only marketing, but not real technical and sound. Sound facts about it. So they used as I said before, the Matrix movie environment. It was kind of a good approach for marketing. Icon, although it has done its annual summit, they have lacked kind of a more professional marketing, and so there is still an opportunity for them to better use digital marketing and community strengths to grow. It's the same for Cardano. They don't focus on marketing as of yet because there are still technical building blocks to be built. So to summarize, the growth potential for all of them are quite good because although Ethereum has already grown a lot, it's still the best one, and many more newer building blocks are being added to it, as well as new ICOs. NEO has a good potential as well, as we have said, as well as the other ones. It's important finally to take into account if the know your customer and anti-money laundering checks have been done for these different platforms, because as regulation arrives on cryptocurrency decentralized applications, it's important to take into account that, because the ones that are the cleanest have the higher chance to remain without legal problems. Ethereum was not really done with full KYC and AML because it was early, and at that time, I mean, they accepted any types of investors. It might be a problem because then it means that some Ethereum or some Ethers coins may be linked to not so very clean people. NEO didn't do also a very deep, detailed KYC and AML. So that's the same. Maybe some coins are owned by not very clean people, and due to the fact that it's all transactions are public on the blockchain, then sometimes, I mean, you might, when you get some coins, you might be linked to not very clean people. The good thing for Icon is that it took a number of months actually to do, but they really did a very good KYC, know your customer, and anti-money laundering checks for all investors. So it's a very good point, because then we are sure that all people and all coins at the moment that were released have good, are linked to good people. For Cardano, which was mainly done in Japan, actually that was the reason that the main backers for Cardano are in Japan. The KYC was done, apparently quite well, but it's not clear if they did AML, anti-money laundering checks after the KYC. So if you know that Cardano did very good AML, you could mention it in the comments. So we have finished this comparison, and now is the time to finish this quite long video. Thank you for your attention.